Most people misunderstand strength in relationships. They assume it is about persistence, pursuit, and proving value through effort. But psychologically, excessive chasing often signals the opposite of strength. It signals a lack of internal certainty. A strong man does not build his identity around gaining approval. He does not negotiate his worth through attention. And more importantly, he does not confuse emotional urgency with emotional depth. What looks like chasing is often just discomfort with silence, rejection, or uncertainty. If this kind of psychological clarity matters to you, subscribe to Stoic Minds for deeper insights into confidence, attraction, and self-mastery. The misconception that fuels most relational imbalance is simple: people believe that the one who tries harder is the one who cares more. But in reality, over-effort without reciprocity often creates imbalance, not connection. Attraction does not grow under pressure. It responds to presence, emotional stability, and restraint. When a man constantly pursues, he unconsciously shifts the frame of the interaction. He moves from participant to pursuer, from equal to reactive. And in social dynamics, the reactive position rarely holds authority. It becomes emotionally dependent on outcomes it cannot control. Strong masculine presence is not about absence of feeling. It is about containment of feeling. A man can be interested without being destabilized. He can value connection without abandoning self-respect. This is where most misunderstand strength, thinking it is distance, when it is actually composure. In real relationships, this difference becomes visible quickly. Consider a situation where communication slows down. One person begins to over-text, over-explain, and over-initiate. Not because the connection has deepened, but because anxiety has increased. The stronger position, psychologically, is the ability to let space exist without immediately trying to fill it. That space is where attraction is often tested. Not through games, but through emotional regulation. If a man cannot tolerate uncertainty, he communicates that indirectly through behavior. And that behavior shapes how he is perceived long before words do. In leadership, the same principle applies. The person who constantly seeks validation from the room loses authority in the room. The one who speaks clearly, acts deliberately, and does not overextend for approval naturally commands more respect. Relationships operate under similar psychological rules, even if they feel more emotional. True masculine presence in relationships is defined by choice, not pursuit. A man engages because he wants to, not because he needs to secure something. That distinction changes tone, timing, and behavior. It removes urgency and replaces it with clarity. And clarity is what creates emotional stability. When a man knows where he stands with himself, he does not overinvest in unstable situations. He responds, he observes, and he decides. Not from ego, but from self-respect. This is why strong men do not chase. Not because they lack emotion, but because they understand emotional control is the foundation of attraction, not a barrier to it. In the end, masculine strength is not measured by how hard a man pursues, but by how steadily he maintains himself when nothing is guaranteed. That is the psychology of presence. That is the foundation of respect. And if you are building that kind of mindset, calm, grounded, and self-directed, subscribe to the Inner Citadel for more deep psychological insights on confidence, attraction, and personal mastery.